I guess he wanted a debate. I imagine, and we had a conversation where you had said, listen, under normal circumstances, I would have been willing to have a conversation with him. But after we had a conversation, we chopped it up, we came to the conclusion that neither one of us are going to do that. Okay? Came to the conclusion that it would be counterproductive to give you a conversation where I speak to you with human decency. And anytime that I deal with somebody who I can't afford to give human decency, I don't agree to speak to them. It's just a fact, right? If that person has a tendency to try and use human decency, to manipulate human decency, to feeling like he's on top, to feeling like he has the advantage, to coming out with out of context clips and stuff, you don't have a conversation with that asshat. You let him sit where he's at and make him beg for it, which is what he's been doing. So maybe you came close to a conversation with Head Namek where you would have then at that point tried to manipulate his voice, tried to use sound clips, tried to say, just would have repeated, just basically, I've got recordings with him where, and then he would have just suggested whatever lie he wanted to suggest, because him saying that he has you recorded, he feels like gives him a +5 to his dice roll on believability. And a person like that, if I can't give you the human decency, okay, I will not have this conversation with you. You've proven time and time again. Look, I already did that for us. I already had a conversation with you while Head Namek was around, was aware, while multiple other people were around, were aware. And he was one of the people that said that you was bugging for the way you tried to handle that conversation, for the tactic, for the maneuver that you tried to navigate with young Shogun, and the way that y'all basically reacted after that when niggas in the comments started tearing you up, and you came back to my Discord telling me that I did better check those comments, and I wasn't doing my part by telling the comments that you tried and that you did your part. Well, first off, you're lying. Second off, like, you didn't, you and Shogun orchestrated that. As easy as that. Well, I showed you the screenshot, as if nobody could call, as if nobody could orchestrate that, right? Somebody just trying to present their logic as something that is unbreakable. Well, that doesn't make sense. I'm not weak. You thought you were dealing with somebody who was weak because I was being kind, so you felt like you could just say anything and I would just accept it. During that conversation, it becomes painfully apparent that he's just trying to protect his way out. Hey, what if Shogun says no? Then we should be good, right? Essentially asking me permission to screw me over.
Yeah, I remember that whole thing.
What more could you possibly bring to a conversation with him?
You couldn't.
You couldn't.
I definitely couldn't. I couldn't. If you couldn't be honest from the jump with Dragon Clap, what makes me think that you're going to be honest with me?
Exactly. He would just have another situation. He would just have another situation where somebody tries to spare him, tries to have mercy on him after he's already basically endorsed or mentioned their child. Flat out. He would try it on both of us. There's no need for us to go through that. You mentioned it. You mentioned mine. You mentioned his. Right? And you did so maliciously.
Right.
You mentioned mine. You mentioned his. You did so maliciously.
While I have the ammunition to go after yours, I'm not. I don't even feel that I did that. I feel that when it came down to these guys talking about what caliber of a father I am, I went at that. Exactly.
You feel what I'm saying? I went at that. It unfortunately might have made you feel some type of way regarding the same topic, but that's on you. Because I asked you to have that part removed and you refused, even after I removed what you were concerned about. You was like, well, I'm good now. How are you feeling, Dragon Clap? Feeling like you guys are full of it. Right? But it's okay. And you want to know what's crazy? I was still able to hang back. I didn't feel beaten. I was like, watch this. And so as I described the situation and was like, what do you guys think? I don't believe it. I feel like this was orchestrated. But you guys tell me what you think. And the comments drove him crazy. All he had to do was be quiet at that point. And even his little disingenuous tactic wasn't enough for him to stay silent. As soon as somebody calls him out on it in the comments, he goes nuts at that point. Whole little plan meant nothing if you're gonna go bonkers over niggas calling you out in the comments.
Exactly. So no, I will not be trying to reach out, do a video. I do not want to debate you. I do not want your green eggs and ham.
Flat out. You ain't listen. You ain't getting a damn conversation. You ain't getting a cordial discussion with neither of us, nigga. We see through and by the way, that conversation that I had with him propped him up the entire time. Anytime there was resistance, anytime he resisted logic, because he couldn't. Oh, I would never endorse that. You did though. Here's the post where you did. Not that part. Well, you wouldn't accept my disclaimer for the segment. Why should we accept yours?
Exactly.
You partied around and said everything in it was so you want to do what you want to do, and you don't want people to look at the situation as you endorse that, right? You're constantly trying to do what you want to do and lie about it. Like you are a snake, which Kalualicious told me you was. 100% told me you wasn't worth the conversation. You could be trusted with that conversation, but he knew you better than what I did. And you couldn't even get over on me, even when I gave you that. So full speed ahead, Captain, you ain't getting no conversation. Okay? The fact that you asking about it lets me know that you're bothered. Lets me know that you're bothered with not only me, but Head Namek as well. Head Namek got you in your feelings. Head Namek got you in your feelings because he saw the situation and spoke on it. Meanwhile, you over here, KZN for life, KZN. You are the only nigga I see there now. Shogun shut the fuck up already. Shogun closed his mouth. He can't produce but 3 videos a year, and nobody's watching them. You out here getting marked out all by yourself. You know how bad it's got to be to get marked outside of the house knowing that your folks inside was right inside, they didn't hear you? You didn't watch Hey Arnold. Just like when Sid got whooped and wanted Monkey Man to help him, the superhero Monkey Man. He was in the restaurant learning how to eat and be. Have manners while they was taking my nigga new shoes. You was like, man, I could have you had to be right around the corner from somebody who could have saved you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I saw that episode.
Exactly. Yep. Let me know what's up. I truly appreciate you being willing to be here in these conversations. I appreciate you having the patience to even pay attention to all of this, man, because if it wasn't for that, he would have lied to you too and tried to spin it a certain type of way. What he's doing now is trying to test how much you know. I know everything. Yeah. Essentially is what you heard in response. Yeah. I know everything.
Exactly. I heard everything, saw everything. I'm done with this topic.
He tried that. He tried that with Kill already too. I'm done with this topic too. He tried that with Kill already too. He tried to say, "Oh man, you mentioned Kill in the thing too." I mentioned that I was not out here uncharacteristically defending somebody or being biased. That I had, like in my video, said I agreed with you and him on certain points about Kappa versus Gogeta. And I also made it known that at a certain point in time, Kill roasted me and I was roasting him. We was roasting each other. And then we ended up being cool based off of human decency, right? Because it was only ever Dragon Ball roasts. So whereas some people can continue to move, be productive, and not get sunk into not feel, you know what I'm saying, marked out to this degree in a conversation by Dragon Ball, some niggas can't.